Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League's Dungeon Bowl. We're in the semifinals. We've got both semifinal matches up here tonight. All four teams looking for a spot in the Blood Bowl this season. First up, we're going to have the Forest of Flames versus Cenozoic Park, JD Whitey versus Nick Satan, Woodels versus Lizards, Bash versus Edge. This is going to be a fun one. Let's take a look at the bracket before we take a look at the two teams. This is how the bracket has shaken out. 21 teams entered the Dungeon Bowl. We're down to 4. The Forest of Flames, the first seed. They're facing off against the Division C winners, Cenozoic Park. They're the 4th seed, Forest of Flames winning Division B. And our second semifinal that will take place right after this game is going to be the Kind Peacocks versus the Dead Poets. That's Imperial Nobility versus Undead. That's going to be a run back in Division A. Kind Peacocks, the winners of Division A, Dead Poets, being the runners-up. When they faced off earlier in the competition, it was a draw. So we'll see who wins the run back here tonight. Can't have a draw tonight, no sir. First up, we've got the home team to take a look at. The Forest of Flames are coming to the TV of 1,220,000 gold. They have 11 players on the roster, 2 war dancers, 2 catchers, and a bunch of linemen. 1 oppo, 4 dedicated fans, 2 rerolls. They're going to be up against this Lizard team this evening. The Forest of Flames, a rookie team entering the season here in the Dungeon Bowl. Cenozoic Park has been building up this team since the Chaos Cup. They are the visiting team. They're coming in a TV of 1,415,000 gold. That's a difference. What did he pick up? What happened? Well, he's giving up at least 175,000 gold, so that's a wizard. That's wizard money. He has the Crocs, the big guy, just 5 of the 6 Sarses, 5 Skinks, 2 of which are chameleons, 1 Oppo. Did he pick up a second? No, he didn't. 5, 5, and 10. 1 Apothecary, 4 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls. How the two teams going to play tonight? I think the Lizard team, they control the strategic momentum. Nick Satan has 3 jobs tonight. The first one, murder as many of these AV 8+ elves as possible. 2, make sure these skinks stay alive. And 3, win this game with a 2-1 grind. That is what he has to do. If he can do that, he wins. Pure and simple. This is a bashy team. He has these Sauruses that almost all of them have the block skill. That's where he wants them to be. He does have tackle on Sam Jackson. He has Dirty Player on BD Wong and Mighty Blow. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Dirty Player out of BD Wong. Obviously random into that, but Mighty Blow is a great skill to have, especially when you're up against these low AV teams to try to get that player advantage ASAP. The Crocs, of course, with Mighty Blow and Guard as well. Ty Simpkins, the Dirty Player, I think we'll see a lot out of Ty Simpkins as well. He only has 11 players on the roster tonight, but I don't think that's going to stop Ty Simpkins from fouling tonight as much as possible. He has Sneaky Git and Dirty Player. Great combo for a fouler. Try to get these players off the pitch, especially if it's a war dancer. You can imagine Ty Simpkins is going to be hovering. He's going to stay protected, but he's going to be hovering around these war dancers, because the war dancers are the stars of the show on this Wood Elf team. They are blodgers. Once they get knocked down, Ty Simpkins can run in for the foul and try to get those war dancers off the pitch. The problem here, well, there's a couple of problems, but Sam Neill, not going to start tonight. He can't really fire Sam Neill and pick up a 6 Saurus blocker for the match this evening, because he probably doesn't want to lose Sam Neill. Cenozoic Park, he wants to win tonight, advance to the final, and if he does that, he will also earn an invitation to the Blood Bowl as well. And he wants to keep Sam Neill on the roster so that he has that 5th blocker Saurus. If he picks up the 6th one tonight, he'd have to fire one of these 6 Sauruses. He can only have 6, so that means he's only going to start with 5. And that's a pretty significant loss on this roster, right? Look, a lot of these skills are random skills that aren't really helping Cenozoic Park. And the problem with that is he's up against a team that doesn't need a whole lot of skills to be good. They're right out of the gate. Really solid roster. The 2 War Dancers, they start as blodgers. That's fantastic. MA8's great. MA7 across the board for everyone else. Really fast team. Edge 2+ across the board. Very agile team. They are brittle at an AV of 8. There will be removals tonight, but they have a blodger in Leighton and Lopin as well. The skills that JD Whitey has picked up are very important skills. He has a kicker and Dre as well. This is a fantastic roster. He has those catchers that are MA8, very, very fast. He has sidestep on one of them, sidestep on one of the War Dancers, strip ball naturally on the other War Dancer. And the funny thing about that is that the only player that has sure hands for Cenozoic Park will not be starting tonight due to an injury. So there'll be a lot of opportunity to have to go in and try to break a cage, try to use strip ball to get that ball out of the hands of a ball carrier. Really, really solid roster. The weakness is just the 2 rerolls and the low AV, and that's why Nick Satan needs to go in hard on these and try to remove them off the pitch. If whoever wins the coin toss tonight is going to choose to be on defense, the Forest of Flames wants to be on defense to start this game to ensure they have full 11 players on the roster to have their best defense possible. They have nobody on the bench, so once they lose players, that's it. They're going to be down on players. Cenozoic Park wants to start on defense as well, because what he wants to do is he wants to force this Wood Elf team, this very fast, very agile team that's very hard to stop, wants to force them to score and force them to score early. That way he never has to give the ball back to this team for the rest of the game and try to win 2-1. 1 touchdown in the first half, 1 touchdown in the second half as well. Forest of Flames really just needs to stay alive. They are a very fast team. They need to watch out for the Mighty Blow. They need to watch out for the block players. But key marks with these linemen are going to be the name of the game. The linemen coming in, they want to hold the Lizards to just a blitz a turn. Otherwise, on the very big play, on the important play where they actually move that ball, remember, lots of speed. You get a handoff, you get a pass and a turn. They could go the full distance of the pitch in 1 turn. On that key turn where they decide to break free, they might take some key blocks against these Sauruses. Just to keep them in place. The Saurus' big problem here is that they're AV 5+. Jeff Goldblum's a 6+ due to an injury. And that means that once they're marked, they're going nowhere unless they blitz. So the Saurus, once they get locked down and they want to be mobile, they're going to be in trouble. The Skinks, as we talked about before, are the only real ball carriers due to that high AV on the Sauruses. Once they're out of the game, that's it. Oh, he did drop. That's what happened. He ended up dropping one of the Chameleon Skinks. So is he only going to start with 10? Oh, I'm so intrigued. Is he only going to start with 10? So Nick Satan might be picking up a journeyman here. Got rid of one of these expensive chameleons here. Might pick up a 60K lineman journeyman instead. We'll see how that plays out. I don't think that's too bad, honestly, if that's the way he's going to go. I don't think that's a bad trade-off at all. Anyhow, enough of my yammering. I do think the momentum is in the hands of this Lizard team tonight. It's going to be up to the Forest of Flames to try to break that momentum. And again, they can do that just on offense. I mean, I was going to say the ball's in their court. I guess the ball is theirs. But on offense, they can really just kind of score whenever they want to. They'll probably try to retreat on their first drive. It's often known as a DACA. But really, it's going to be up to Nick Satan to position his players in such a way that he's going to force that score early. That means he needs to keep the secondary intact. Probably needs to keep a Saurus back in a linebacker position as well. But the problem is he's already down. He's already down a Saurus. So pulling one of those extra Sauruses off and putting them in a linebacker position or even in the secondary means he's not getting as much efficacy out of them as he wants to. But he needs to have enough strength to try to go after the breakaway player and try to force that score. Or else he's going to be in trouble here. All right, I'm going to head over to Discord, see if the coach is ready to go. We'll get this first semifinal game underway. All Gamer Mike, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the stream. Very kind of you. Thank you very much. Boot Polish, Tizzle Bizzle, welcome to the stream. Oh, I see what's happening. Nick Satan being an excellent sport in Discord. Letting JD Whitey know about a last-minute roster change. That's what threw me for a loop there in the pregame. Good sportsmanship, as always. Nick Satan under no obligation to inform his opponent of his roster. You'll often, I shouldn't say often, you'll sometimes see coaches choose their roster at the last minute just to make sure that their opponent is kind of thrown off balance. But Nick Satan says, I don't want to win that way. I'm gonna let you know what my roster is. Looks like there's some confusion about the roster. So Cenozoic Park did end up picking up that Chameleon's Geek after all, so up to 1450 on their team value. So no journeyman for Cenozoic Park. JD Whitey says, we are in. I don't see the live game yet. There it is. Here we go. Yeah, so there's that wizard money, and indeed picked up a wizard. 2 assistant coaches. That's a +2 for rerolls. Here's the coin toss. Whoever wins, almost certainly picking defense to start this game. Cenozoic Park 1. And Cenozoic Park decided to go on offense first. So he's going to give this this Wood Elf team their maximum defensive potential. So all 11 will start for the defense here in this offset anchor formation. Nick Satan to be on offense to start with. It's going to be a little tricky to do, I think. Being on offense to start with, he needs to play the Bashy game. Maybe he thinks he can play the Bashy game a little more effectively on offense rather than defense because he gets to control where that ball is going. But he definitely wants to end this drive with a player advantage. Tizzle Bizzle demanding death. Clear skies for this game. Blue Moon Polish says I'm going to donate $5 for every dead elf for this bowl. Oh, if you ever wanted an incentive to murder some... Wait, that's got to be illegal, right? If you ever wanted an incentive to murder someone... Is that JD Whitey? That's awesome. Spreading the offensive line wide. Just 4 on the line here for Cenozoic Park. Off, or 4 of the 5 skinks back to receive. Ty Simpkins, the dirty player, up front. Probably going to try for a foul on the line. Here's the kick. Force of Flames do have a kicker that makes this kick much more accurate than it would be normally. Shallow kick over in the left wide zone. On the ball is used to get into position, and look at that. Look at that. The Forest of Flames gets the extra reroll. They had the +2 assistant coaches. Didn't need it on the roll, but still increased their odds for getting the extra reroll. They're up to 3, and that's where they want to be. Cenozoic Park setting up for some protection around the ball before taking blocks in this semifinal matchup. The winner of this game not only advances to the Dungeonbowl finals, but they will earn a spot in this season's Blood Bowl, the Championship Invitational, as well. 2 blocks going to be a POW against the number 4 rookie lineman to get things started. There's an armor break. There's an injury. Let's go. First removal of the day. 1-man player advantage for Cenozoic Park. Cenozoic Park already in the upper bracket in the Blood Bowl. Looking to eat up a spot here with a victory tonight. 2-die blitz on Leighton, the number 7 Wood Elf lineman. This is the Blodger. Got the POW. 8+ is going to break armor. Did have tackle to negate dodge. Good use of tackle here out of Sam Jackson. Another armor break. And that is a stun. First block of the game gets the injury. Well done by Cenozoic Park. Cenozoic Park, along with Doug the Minotaur's White Skull Windbreakers in the upper bracket of the Blood Bowl. The winner of the Dungeonbowl will join those two teams in the upper bracket. The runner-up will join Nevaguna and the Real American Heroes in the lower bracket. Nevagana's Chimes Orc team and the Real American Heroes Dead Fred's Dark Elf team. Failed the 2+ pickup here. Spent the reroll. Wow! Spent the reroll. The ball's going to scatter one space back to the 8. It's a lovely 4-player target here for a fireball. Looks like JD Whitey might be thinking about it. Yes, indeed he did. Look at that. Said, I'm not going to give that up. Got 3 knockdowns, 2 stuns. And now he's looking to set up a blitz on Laura Dern the third. Fireball right out of the gate in turn 1. Knock down all 3 skinks in front of that ball. There's the first mark on Laura Dern the third. There's mark number 2. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz on the rush. Gets a push out of this. That opens up the lane. This lane now free to try to collect this ball. Decides not to follow up. Rushes back out of position. Rushes back to free up the lane. Lopin, the number 11 catcher, nearby. Two plus pickup here. There's the pickup. Well done. Turn 1. This defense has recovered the ball. Clypheus, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Thank you for your generosity. I appreciate it. Repositioning Kaladin, the number 1 board answer, to get behind Lopin, the catcher. Normally it's a 2+ positive dodge for all these elves. This is a 3+ due to Richard Attenborough's prehensile tail. Clive says, I got my exercise bike and a Blood Bowl doubleheader. Let's see how tired I can make myself. Turn 2 now for Cenozoic Park. They're going to try to take a shot on Lopin. Problem is Lopin's a blodger. Doesn't take it with Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum with the block skill. Might be taking it with BD Wong. Nope. Taking it with Wayne Knight. Wow. Wayne Knight, the rookie, takes the block with the unskilled player. Only gets a push out of it. Second rush, trying to cut off this catcher, but still needs to get somebody right here. Had to spend another re-roll here. Cenozoic Park down to 2. Boot Polish says, you motivate me, Clypheus. I'm gonna work on my whiskey curls. 2-die block back at the line of scrimmage. Gets a push against the nose tackle. This is the kicker, Drehy. really piling a whole bunch of players in on this catcher. .24 seconds left on the clock for Cenozoic Park. Plus dodge to take a mark on Dabbid. And now a 2-dive block against Pete. The injured rookie lineman gets a knockdown. Richard Attenborough on the block. Can't break armor even with Mighty Blow. Turn 2 for the Force of Flames now, so they might actually try to move this ball out this way. They're going to go straight down pitch. 2-dive blitz with Kaladin. Gets the knockdown, no armor break. Good 2+ dodge. So now it's just 2 2+ dodges to score here with Lopin. 2+ dodge out this way. This is a mark. 2+ dodge this way. There it is. Well done by the Forest of Flames. We'll see if he puts this ball in the end zone here or if he thinks he can stall this out for another turn. Kaladin over here doing calisthenics. Or katas or something. There's the score. Well done by the Force of Flames. 1-0 the score here with this defensive touchdown. Got the defensive touchdown, and they'll be on defense again. They're going to be down a player. Very cleanly done by the Forest of Flames. I can't tell if I deleted the spam or not. Like the mod tools are all weird. Anyhow. So now the Forest of Flames deciding to try to screen out this lizard team. Here's the kickoff. Force of Flames with a kicker, remember. This time kicking the ball deep. But they're going to move this up to mid-pitch. On the ball means Ariana Richards, means Ariana Richards gets to move under this ball to try to get the free catch, but the ref is having none of that. The ref knocks out. Sucker punches Ariana Richards and she'll be stunned. Going for the blocks before securing the ball here. St. Jackson on the blitz, repositioning to set up a screen for the offense. 2-9 block with Richard Attenborough. Gets a pow. Wow. Breaks armor. Gets a stun out of it. Remember, this offense has a one-man player advantage currently. Ball currently on Cenozoic Park's 16-yard line. Repositioning Ty Simpkins. That's the fouler, and now the 3+ pickup by Jeff Goldblum's stunt double. This time it works out. Moves this ball forward to the 10. Trying to reposition over on the right side. Darth Pointy 45, thank you so much for the follow. Run Bad with the raid, thank you very, very much. Good to see you. Welcome, Raiders. A little bit of a gap over here. It's just a 2+ dodge to get through. Bad Dog says, no Morgold. What else? They are doomed. Von Rue, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you for your kindness. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Again, welcome, Raiders. This is our first of our Dungeon Bowl semifinals. Both semifinals will be tonight in a doubleheader. Shoebox92 with the follow. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Force of Flames already on the board here in turn 3. 1-0 the score. Cenozoic Park already earning their spot in the Blood Bowl. The Blood Bowl is the invitational championship competition of the season. The winner of the Dungeon Bowl will advance to the Blood Bowl in the upper bracket. The runner-up will advance in the lower bracket. Force of Flames looking to win here tonight to get their invitation to the Blood Bowl as well. But also to get a shot at winning the Dungeon Bowl and being the new Dungeon Bowl champion. 1-die block on BD Wong. Got the POW here. Looking for a 10+. Electrics Man with the follow. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. 23 seconds left on the clock here. Force of Flames opening up that hole. They still have the blitz. Good dodge on this 2-die blitz. Got the knockdown. We'll see if it gets the armor break as well. No armor break. Catches the ball by way of Ty Simpkins. Went in on the blitz, got the knockdown. Ty Simpkins said, I don't want this ball. You take it. If I hold on to this, people are going to hit me. I don't want that. If you want it so bad, you take the ball. Once again, the defense in possession of the ball here in the first half of the game. SP Beaver, welcome to the stream. SP Beaver says, as Nick already has his ticket to the Blood Bowl, at least he can do is remove a couple war dancers for the rest of us. Turn 4 now for Cenozoic Park. Tuft, of course, the strip ball war dancer. So even if you got a push on that result, that ball would have been stripped out of the hands of Jeff Goldblum's stunt double. Not really known for holding balls very well. Wink. There's an extra assist on Taft. Taft Oblodger needs a POW out of this unless he uses a tackle player. JD White said, please no. A little bit of a scrum forming here, but for how long? Let's see. 55 seconds on the clock. Cenozoic Park with 2 rerolls remaining for the half. big turn 1 fireball. You can see the remnants of it over here. 3 skinks and a Saurus protecting the ball. JD Whitey saw the opportunity, spent that fireball in turn 1, was able to recover the ball and score very, very quickly in this game. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz on the rookie. Number 5 lineman got the POW out of it. 7+ breaks armor with Mighty Blow. Good armor break. Gets a KO. It's a 2-man player advantage for Cenozoic Park. Currently has a 1-die block on Teft. 1-die unskilled block. Now it's a 2-die unskilled block. Got the POW! Well done! We'll see if he can break Teft's armor here. Had to take the block with Ty Simpkins. Oh, it recovers with Ariana Richards, the 5th. Had to take the block with Ty Simpkins. That meant he can't get that foul he would have otherwise absolutely wanted to take on this War Dancer. I mean, he could still take the foul. It wouldn't be with the fouler. Currently has 3 assists. He might want to try it with Joe Mazzola or Jeff Goldblum's stunt double. Desperately trying to get some protection on the ball here. So it looks like no foul on the War Dancer. Turn 4, final turn of the first quarter coming up here. Forest of Flames trying to at least stop the score. They're already ahead in this game, and they will be on offense to start the second half as well. Bad Dog says, wow, no foul. That's a Blood Bowl etiquette breach. It was pretty rude. It was pretty rude. Force of Flames repositioning their secondary here in the left wide zone. Good dodge by Leighton, the number 7 lineman, to get the assist on the 2-die blitz with Teft. Gets a push out of this. Oh, that's not Leighton, that's Lopin. Well, let's see what Lopin's stats are. I was like, oh, it's an L name. Okay, sir, welcome to the stream. Multi-Tank Rifto, welcome to the stream, says, how am I supposed to foul when I get an SVP by punching them instead? Fair point. 34 seconds left on the clock here. Has a mark on the ball. Teft is going to be an absolute annoyance with strip ball. Cenozoic Park has no sure-handed players on the roster. Finally fails a dodge here. 3+ dodge. Spends the reroll. 2 marks on the ball now. Both War Dancers marking the ball. You know what? I'm gonna take a restroom break. You know what? You know what? I'll be right back in just a minute. Why don't we hear a word from our sponsor?
This injury brought to you by Nuffles Pancakes. When you take a hit and feel licked, try the sweet and savory flavor of Nuffles Pancakes. Grab your butter and get back into the game with this Overlord's signature second breakfast. For nearly 3,000 years, this piping hot surprise has been healing hearts and mending breaks. Nuffles Pancakes. Buy 1, get 3 while supplies last.
Sorry about that. Best pancakes ever. That's right. Second quarter begins here. Cenozoic Park fighting for the ball. They get the knockdown on Teft. We'll see if there's a foul coming up on this turn this time. .45 seconds left on the clock here in turn 5. Cenozoic Park down to 1 reroll for the half. The ball currently resting on their own 12-yard line. They're going to go for the pickup here. 3+ pickup works out. They're going to move this ball forward to the 6. They hand off to Jeff Goldblum. Stunt double. Good handoff here. He's going to calculate where he can go before repositioning Joe Mazzulo II and Wayne Knight. Decides to take a mark on Drahe. These marks might not be too effective, but with the Force of Flames down to 1 reroll, every time you make your opponent roll dice, you're making them potentially burn through those rerolls. Repositions Richard Attenborough. The Crocs takes a mark on Bissig. Number 8 lineman currently in the safety position. Now advances this ball across the line of scrimmage for what I believe is the first time this game. They're now on the opposing 4-yard line in the left wide zone. Turn 5 back to the Force of Flames. I got a new pair of glasses. I know he didn't foul the War Dancer again. I got a new pair of glasses. They're I am of the age where I now have progressives. But something's not right. So the doctor told me they might have an adjustment period. They make me very nauseous, but now everything's blurry far away. That can't be right. So I don't know. I'm not wearing them. I think I need to talk to the doctor. I think maybe the lens prescription is off a bit. It's also weird. It almost feels like I'm cross-eyed. Like I can see the computer screen, but it feels like my eyes have to like look in opposite directions almost. It's weird. 2+ dodge by Relane. Gonna shadow with Sam Neill's stunt double. Doesn't work out. Repositions. This time shadowing works out. So Sam Neill's stunt double is going to continue to mark the level 2 catcher here, number 12. Are you sure you saw a real eye doctor? Von Moore says you'll get used to him. Yeah, the doctor said there'll be some like an adjustment period, but it's really the things far away being blurry. Like now, like in my living room, like the TV's blurry. That can't be right? Like, and the fact that I feel cross-eyed wearing them, that doesn't feel right either, but I'll talk to him. Also got my vaccinations today, so my arm's feeling wonderful. 3+ dodge by Teft, the War Dancer. Shadowing fails this time. Oh no! I think that's an Oppo. Yeah, that's an Oppo use right there. Stays alive. Teft dodges away. Trips over his own feet. The Apothecary saves the War Dancer, but unfortunately the War Dancer will be out for the rest of the drive. That's a 3-man player advantage now for this Lizard team. Going after the catcher, it gets a stun. Spider says, no fouls? I'll take this injury into my own hands. Thank you very much. 2-die block on the number 10 lineman. All these marks, these are blocks that he gets to take. Ideally, this Wood Elf team would want to just give up a blitz a turn, other than some key marks he might want to make here. But now, a whole bunch of blocks being taken. There'll be a 2-die on Bissig with Mighty Blow as well coming up shortly. going to take that toward the end of his turn. Gets a push here against Pete, the nose tackle. Get that elf some pancakes. JD Whitey says, I thought the shadowing was a bait to let me blitz. Turns out it was a bait to kill my war dancer. He saw your shoelaces were untied. That's where you went wrong. 35 seconds left in turn 6 for Cenozoic Park. They're down 0-1 currently, and they're going to be on defense to start the second half. They definitely don't want to start the second half down. They'll want to get on the board, but then they've got to figure out how to stop the score in the second half. That's going to be real tough to do, even 3 players down potentially. Gets a push on Lopin, the number 11 catcher. Takes 1 space back. Lopin still marked by Lara Dern III. Cenozoic Park back on the bonus clock. They have the ball on the opposing 4-yard line in the left wide zone. And they're going to send Ariana Richards V down just outside the right wide zone. 2-die block against Leighton. It's a both standing or a dodge here. He's going to go with the dodge push. Turn 6 for the Forest of Flames. Kaladin, the remaining war dancer, is going to move down to the line of scrimmage. Good 2+ dodge on the blitz. 2-die blitz, hunting the skink, gets a pow on Ariana Richards. Can he get an 8+? Cannot. Good 2+ dodge by Lopin. Force of Flames repositioning to try to get this defense back into position. Very agile, very quick, very easy to do. Good 3+ dodge by the number 8 lineman to get away from Richard Attenborough. Two turns left for Cenozoic Park to get on the board. They're on the 4. Jeff Goldblum stunt double. The number 11 rookie skink in possession of the ball has MA8. JD Whitey says tail's a fake skill. It's just there to intimidate you. It doesn't actually work. 2-die blitz by Richard Attenborough. Starting off with the big guy blitz. Wow, gets a knockdown here. No armor break. Big guy blitz can be risky because big guys are almost universally loners, which means if they fail their die roll, in order to use the team reroll, you first have to spend it, and then you've got to roll a d6, and on a 4+, you actually get to use it. Otherwise, you don't get to use it, and you've still spent it. So it can be risky to start your turn with a big guy like that. If that die roll goes awry, it could be an early turnover. Takes a mark on Lopin. He needs to control some bit of the pitch here. Where's this ball going to end up? Marking a whole bunch of players, but remember these Wood Elves, it's a 2+ dodge away for a positive dodge. Meaning if they dodge into an open space, it's a 2+. All right. Some coverage ahead of him, but some of these players are marked. Relying on the block skill along with strength 4 to keep players away from Jeff Goldblum's stunt double. He's going to move the ball forward to the 12-yard line. He's now in scoring position, has to end this turn in scoring position. Oh no. Is this the only one in scoring position? I mean, I guess the Sauruses are in scoring position. Let's see. Well, I guess these skinks can score still. Cenozoic Park back on the bonus clock with 5 minutes, 32 seconds left. That is how much time they have on the bonus clock for the rest of the game. Remember, this game cannot end in a draw. If it goes to overtime, the bonus clock does not reset. Turn 7 now for the Forest of Flames. So all but one skink in scoring position for Cenozoic Park. Force of Flames tried to get away with an early 2-0 lead, but Cenozoic Park was able to rectify that. Recover the ball here in the second drive of the game. They're trying to score in this upcoming turn. A couple of dodges by Kaladin to get the mark on Lara Dern the third. That's now a 1 die against Lara Dern. Could easily make it a 2 die. Moves Relane, the level 2 catcher, down into scoring position. Fails the dodge here. Needs to spend the reroll. That is the final reroll spent. SP Beaver cheering for the offense. There's the 2 die block. Got the POW on Lara Dern the third. That's opened up the lane for the blitz on the ball carrier. Here's the blitz. Good 2+ dodge. Rushes for the 2 die blitz. Gets a push out of this. Does not have a re-roll left. It's going to push Jeff Goldblum's stunt double 1 space away. Has to follow up. Okay, Mike, thank you very much for the bits. SP Beaver, thank you for the bits as well. Had to follow up to keep that skink marked. Wants to force Cenozoic Park to roll as many dice as possible. Got my vaccinations today, and my doctor does flu shots, but not COVID shots. So I have to go to like CVS. So I went to CVS, and the guy was like, "Do you want your flu shot in your right arm or your left arm?" And I was like, "It doesn't matter." And he's like, can you just give me an arm, please?" I was like, "Okay, right arm." Turn 8 here for Cenozoic Park. We'll see if they can get this ball into the end zone. So he gives me the shot, and then he's like, "What arm do you want the COVID shot in?" And I was like, "Left arm." Or I said right arm. And he was like, "But you just got your flu shot in your right arm." And I was like, "Okay, left arm." And he's like, "Which one is it?" And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Just whatever one's convenient for you. He's like, "Just give me, is it the right arm or the left arm?" And I'm like, "Right arm." Like, why are we having this conversation? 2 die blitz on Dabbit. Gets a push here. All right, he's going to try to block Leighton with Wayne Knight. Leighton, a blodger, needs that POW, doesn't get it. So it looks like he might be relying on... Nope, he's not. So you can get another 2 die here, this time with Sam Neill's stunt double. This can clear Leighton off the ball carrier, and he's going to get it. Well done. I thought he pushed him to the right. I was like, oh, that's not the right call. Cleared the ball carrier. 1 dodge to score. It's going to be a 3+. He has a reroll. Well, he has dodge, so he has a reroll. He's got to watch out that he doesn't take it over here. He doesn't want to be marked by this tackle player. Should have given him a leg. It's... Yes, you're right. It is indeed 3 dodges, and he failed the last one. I saw this. I was like, oh, look at that. That's 1 dodge. That's not 1 dodge. There's a mark. There's a mark. There's a mark. Failed the final dodge, so Cenozoic Park not going to get on the board here at the end of the first half. Force the Flames. Now they're going to take some blocks. They're going to even try to score here. Relane currently marked by Jeff Goldblum, but may as well try after taking the blocks. Gets the 2-die, and Richard Attenborough is going to get the knockdown. 10 plus breaks armor. Pete on the block, the injured rookie lineman. This frees up Leighton. Leighton, the number 7 lineman. Two-die block on Sam Jackson. Gets a pow. Dodge on the pickup. Did he declare a pass? Or he's going for the handoff. Hands off to Lopin. Good handoff. Lopin for the pass now. Lopin with a 2+ dodge backwards. He's trying to calculate his distance almost certainly here. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yep. So it's going to be a long pass. Ariana Richards with on the ball is going to mark the thrower. Ariana Richards almost certainly in on the interception here. Fails the pass. Had to try. And that's the end of the first half. 1-0 the score. The Force of Flames in the lead in this ball game. They are going to be on offense to start the second half of this game. If we don't see them DACA right out of the gate, I'd be very surprised. Cenozoic Park to set up their full 11 to start the second half of this game. One-man player advantage for Cenozoic Park going into the second half. JD Whitey says, I'm surprised he didn't try the Crocs hit if it was a pound, but it was a 2+ rush to score. Oh my goodness. So we talked about how the winner of the coin toss would probably be on defense. Nick Saban decided to go on offense to start with. Now down a touchdown and really had a decision to make. He's not screening out these elves. So I'm not sure what this suggests about his strategy. Is he trying to make them score early now so that he can win 2-1 by giving up these wide zones? Or does he have something else in mind? Tizzle Bizzle cheering for the defense here. Cenozoic Park does not have a kicker on the roster. Bad Dog rooting for the offense. Wants these Wood Elves to come out on top. They're spreading wide. All across the width of the pitch here. They've got Relane, the number 12 catcher, ostensibly back to receive. I'd be very surprised if we don't see these Elves taking a few steps backwards here in turn 9. Yes, indeed. There they go. The ball on the 22. And now a parade of Elves are going to DACA down the pitch. I was very excited about these glasses too, man. I can't deal with them. They're too much. Wait, that was the wrong button. But hey, it's Force of Flames versus Cenozoic Park. Bad Dog says this is the French-Canadian tactical retreat. Turn 9 now for Cenozoic Park. Here come the lizards. Here they come, trundling down the pitch. When I wear these progressive lenses, it feels like I'm in VR. I hate it so much. Cenozoic Park moving down pitch, not getting too aggressive with these skinks. Doesn't want to throw these skinks out here for a cheeky blitz by this Wood Elf team. Turn 10 for the Forest of Flames. They'll probably stay back here for one more turn. Yep, there it is. Remember, coming up after this game, moves all the way back into the end zone. Coming up after this game, we have our second semi-final match here in the Dungeonbowl. We're going to have the Kind Peacocks versus the Dead Poets. It's a Kind Sir versus S. Beaver. Imperial Mobility versus Undead. That's going to be a Division A run back where the teams drew in regulation 1-1. SB Beaver says, bold strategy now. JD Weddy can get a safety to make it an interesting game. Self-safety. Wait, isn't there some weird safety you can get in football, in American football? Like you can score it on yourself or something? Like it's like something weird, like on a point after, if you somehow get the ball to the other end of the field or something. There's some weird safety that I only recently learned about, and I've already forgotten what it is. Yeah, like the normal safety. Yeah, if you're tackled your own end zone, it's 2 points. But there's like a weird. There's another type of safety that I only recently learned about. Here it is. It's called a defensive conversion. So this is from Wikipedia. Under college, NFL, and UFL rules, if the defensive team gains possession and advances the ball the length of the field into the opposite end zone on the point after, or on the try, I guess it doesn't have to be a PAT, then they get 2 points. All right, now the engagement here on turn 11. Ball carrier advances forward to the 16-yard line over in the right wide zone, setting up the tight cage over there in the right wide zone, and lots of protection on the ball carrier. So you can see, well, I messed it up, but you can see this is where the control is. These are where the tackle zones are. Turn 11 for Cenozoic Park. They're still keeping a secondary in check. I think they're going to need more than a couple of skinks. If this ball carrier breaks free, they're going to need to stop the score. Either that or have something to force it in. Yeah, you can see BD Wong moving backwards to try to be that player. BD Wong in a little bit of a risky position here up front. Maybe behind would have been a little safer. He's setting up columns, so he's going to try to stop the score and engage right here. Clive says 1 minute in the game, the kids suddenly had urgent needs, and I missed the whole first half. So it goes. SB Beaver says, "Can I ask you to not draw on the screen during my game? I can't risk playing players like that. You don't want the screen drawing curse, the telestration curse." So Nick Satan engaging right here. Turn 12 for the Forest of Flames, being a little gun-shy to engage. Making a concerted effort to stay ahead of the ball. But if this ball does get past him, well, now he's playing catch-up. Most of these skinks are an MA8. Of course, the chameleons are MA7. 2-die blitz against Ty Simpkins. Gets the pal here. Now I get back and my dishwasher emailed me to tell me there's a spoon stuck in the spinner. Technology. Kaladin on the blitz. Opens up the lane. And the ball carrier will move through on the 2-dive, on the 2+ dodge. The number 12 catcher now on the opposing 2-yard line. Here come the elves funneling through on this 2+ dodge. Well done. And there's the cage with the rush set up on the opposing 2-yard line. Now the elves in real good shape here. It's going to be difficult for Cenozoic Park to reset the defense now that they're behind this elven cage. That catcher an MA8 already well ahead. Spent a reroll here on the failed dodge. Force the Flames down to 1 reroll. SP Beaver says the elves realize there were tackle zones. Somebody needs to inform them. Turn 12 now. Final turn of the third quarter coming up. Cenozoic Park can't afford to let this ball go this late in the half, I think. So repositioning the skinks in the secondary, but they are strength 2. And he doesn't have block on any of them. Yo, you know what I want? I want a chili dog, man. I haven't had a chili dog in ages. Sonic's favorite food. Gotta go fast. I feel like Sonic eating all those chili dogs doesn't go fast. What is happening here? Got the pal on Dre. He's going to follow up and take a mark on the catcher. Gets the removal. That's going to be a 2-man player advantage for Cenozoic Park. They have a mark with the Crocs prehensile tail in effect. That's going to be a 3+ dodge for the catcher currently. Two-dot block in the right wide zone. Gets a push or a both standing. Takes the both standing result here. Double skulls on the catcher. Spends pro. Didn't get the reroll with pro, so he'll use the team reroll instead. This was a point of confusion for a few players. When we saw with Brawler, you get to reroll a die pool once. So if you do a reroll, that's your reroll for that die pool. Now in this case with pro, he didn't reroll the die pool. He failed the pro roll, and therefore could spend the team reroll for his reroll in the block die pool. Yeah. And Bad Dog says that Crocs is tired of all this elf BS. We'll see if he can hold down the fort here. Cenozoic Park back on the bonus clock. Under 5 minutes now. Turn 13, fourth and perhaps final quarter of play begins now. The Force of Flames on the opposing 2-yard line. Hands off to Kaladin, and there he goes. Kaladin all the way down on the 20-yard line in the left wide zone. This was the big problem I feared with the defense. The defense set up. They didn't mark any of the offense, so they weren't forcing that offense to really roll any dice, and then didn't have an adequate secondary behind in case a player got away. Instead, they set up just off the offense. They were trying to shut that offense down and keep it from moving forward. Real tough to do against an elf team like this. you know, with all that speed and all that agility, and they ended up opening up that hole. Even that 2+ dodge, you can see no problem. That one tackle zone just not enough to stop the offense from getting through. Nick Satan either needed to go in my opinion anyway, either needed to get in very aggressive here and engage and try to knock down as many players as possible here. Back in the backfield. Taft! Taft, what's wrong with you, man? Taft knocks himself out. Or keep that secondary in position with a few skinks and a Saurus to try to really apply pressure on a player that gets through and force that score early so that Cenozoic Park can try to get on this board and try to make something happen. The problem is being down 1-0 makes that real tough already, and being down 2-0 means that you in turn would have to score early, and you'd still be behind. So real tough decision. I really think it all stemmed off of that decision on the coin toss. I think Cenozoic Park would have been better served to start this game on defense. That way they could control the momentum of the game and also wouldn't give the Wood Elves their full 11 on their defense to be as effective as possible there in the first half. Gets a mark with Ariana Richards, the 5th. We're already through 5 Ariana Richards. All right, Joe Maslow says, watch this. It takes a mark on Kaladin after 3+ dodges. Hey, man, you roll a 6, anything's possible. You want that raise at work, just roll a 6, baby. That's all you got to do. Two-die blitz on the ball carrier. That's not going to be enough. He's going to have to re-roll this. There's the POW he was looking for. Gets the knockdown on Kaladin. We'll see what this ball scatters. Breaks armor as well. Ball's going to end up right where it was. Great stun. He's going to have to try to capitalize on that here. Good blitz. Got the POW on the reroll. Cenozoic Park will have a quarter to try to recover this ball and tie this ball game. If they can do that, we're going to overtime. Nick Satan rolling maybe the most dice he's ever rolled in his entire life here. Clavius, thank you very much for the bits. Turn 14 now for the Forest of Flames. T-Die blitz. They got the POW on Jeff Goldblum's stunt double. Tried to pop the ball out, but instead that ball is going to go onto the sideline. You know what? I think the Forest of Flames might be okay with that. Good 2+ dodge by Lopin. Another good 2+ dodge, this time by the tackle player. This is Bissig, the level 2 lineman. Number 12 catcher, Verlaine is going to get away from Richard Attenborough. Gets away from Lara Dern the 3rd as well. Can't get away from Lara Dern this time. Lara Dern getting, she's going to get credited with the knockout there. Turn 14 for Cenozoic Park now. Can they make something happen here? Clypheus, thank you for the bits. That ball right in the corner of the pitch on the 2-yard line. Needs to pick it up here. On the blitz with Sam Jackson. We'll get a knockdown on Relane. No armor break, though. Good rush by Ty Simpkins to get downfield. Trying to set up some semblance of protection. Double pals on Natum, the number 5 lineman. Is he gonna try? He's not gonna try to pass. There's no way. .22 seconds left on the clock here. Cenozoic Park needs to make something happen. Good pickup. They needed that. Did he declare a handoff? He did not declare a handoff. Gets the ball down to his own 10-yard line. Or up, gets the ball up to his own 10-yard line. Let's say up. No, let's say down. Let's say down. Takes a mark with Sam Neal's stunt double. So Bissig here has nowhere to go that isn't a minus on the dodge. Turn 15 for the Forest of Flames. 2 turns left in this game. The Forest of Flames in the lead, 1-0. They have 1 reroll left for the rest of the game, as does Cenozoic Park. Cenozoic Park in possession of this ball, but desperately trying to get on the board to take this game into overtime and keep their hopes alive of winning this Dungeon Bowl. Great armor break here by the Forest of Flames. They're going to keep Sam Neal's stunt double effectively out of this drive with that stun there. Sam Neal will be out on turn 15. On turn 16, we'll lose 3 MA on the stand-up. And if Nick Satan has anything to say about that, that ball will be long gone by then. Spire says still no foul on the War Dancer. Nick Satan's a gentleman, which we do not abide in this league. Stand-up War Dancer blitz. Cenozoic Park deciding on whether to use the shadowing here or not. Does not. Boot Polish says, a true gentleman fouls dwarves, elves and dwarves named Bacon. Good leap by Kaladin. Once again on Ariana Richards. Gets to try to shadow, fails the shadowing here. Here's the blitz by Kaladin on the leap. We haven't seen a leap blitz by a War Dancer in a while. Got the knockdown and a KO. What a big knockdown here. Oppo gets spent so that Joe Maslow can stay on the pitch with just 2 turns left. Oh, failed the pickup. It was a 2+ pickup. He fails it. Spends the final reroll. Holy moly. Oh man, that's not the free play at all. Boo! Boo me! Boo! Turn 15 for Cenozoic Park. What are they going to do now? They've got to contend with this sidestepping blodger. Bootball says, surf! And then hope this ball stays on the pitch where you want it to be. Surf and hope this ball gets thrown to Ty Simpkins. Rush on the blitz. Gets a push out of this. Spends the reroll. It's going to be a both standing result. Oh no, failed the blitz here. This might be it for Cenozoic Park. Three plus dodge. Gets Ty Simpkins down pitch just in case. Ty Simpkins will be the scoring threat for Cenozoic Park. But we're going to have to see what happens on turn 16 for the Forest of Flames. Seconds left on the clock. 2-die block on the number 5 lineman gets a pal. BD Wong, the Saurus, taking the block. Can't break armor, even having mighty blow. Two-die block on Leighton. Spend pro here. But didn't get anything out of it, so it'll be a dodge push. Couldn't get through the pro roll. Trying to keep a defense together with Kaladin, the current ball carrier. Cognizant of the leap now. The old version of the rules in the LRB 6, we saw lots of War Dancer strip ball leaps into cages. Not so much now with the BB 2020 rules. Final turn, potentially, of this ball game. The Forest of Flames with the ball on the opposing 10-yard line on the left sideline. All they have to do is prevent the Cenozoic Park from scoring, and they will advance to the finals to play the winner of our second game that's coming up just after this game. Kind Peacocks versus the Dead Poets. A Kind Sir versus S. Beaver. Imperial Nobility versus Undead. I don't know why I find that animation so funny. Turn 16 for Cenozoic Park. This is it. If they don't score here, then they're eliminated from this Dungeon Bowl. But we will see them again in the Blood Bowl. 2-die block on Kaladin. Just gets the push out of it. SBB are praying to Nuffle. JD Whitey trying to figure out what is the least risky one. It's going to have to be, the mark by Laura Dern. Laura Dern has to take the block. There's still a blitz available for Cenozoic Park. Two-leg block on Kaladin again. Tried to pro reroll, doesn't get anything out of it. It's going to be another dodge push here, or both standing. He's going to take the dodge push, so now a sidestep again by Kaladin. So JD Whitey gets to decide where this ball carrier is going to end up. The power of Blodge. Block and dodge means there's only one face on that die that can knock you down unless you have a skill that can negate yours, like wrestle or tackle. Still has the blitz here. had to try. It was a big 5+ dodge by the Saurus. Didn't work out. That is the game. The Forest of Flames win this one, and they are advancing to the Dungeon Bowl finals. Congratulations to JD Whitey on a fantastic win. Clivius, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. And with that, the Forest of Flames are going to advance to the finals here in this bracket coming up in just a few minutes. SB Beaver, are you guys playing right now? Because that'd be fine by me. If not, just that's also fine. Just let me know. Coming up next, we're going to have the Kind Peacocks versus the Dead Poets. The winner of that game will face the Forest of Flames in this Dungeon Bowl championship match. Yeah, I think the Lizard team was really just on the back foot right from the coin toss there. It's unfortunate. Real tough matchup here. Two excellent coaches. Again, Cenozoic Park already advancing to the Blood Bowl. Well, let's take a look at the Blood Bowl bracket. Apostopus, welcome to the stream. So as you can see in the upper bracket already, we have the White Skull Windbreakers. That is Doug the Minotaur's Orc team. And Cenozoic Park also in the upper bracket. That's Nick Satan's Lizard team. We just saw them. They're in the upper bracket. The winner of the Dungeon Bowl looking to be the third team here in the upper bracket in the Blood Bowl. And in the lower bracket, we have another Orc team, Chimes Never Gonna. And we have a Dark Elf team, Dead Fred's Real American Heroes. The runner-up of the Dungeon Bowl will advance in that lower bracket. The lower bracket will duke it out. The winner of the lower bracket will advance to the upper bracket to then play in this bracket to see who this season's champion's going to be. But first, we've got to finish out the Dungeon Bowl. SB Beaver and a Kind Sir, it looks like you guys are ready. If you guys are ready to go, let's just rock. Let's do it. Let's keep the Blood Bowl rolling.